Welcome to 5 Minutes of Momentum. These episodes are a short 5-minute burst of inspiration, motivation, and massive action. If you need that little kick up the butt to get things moving and to inspire you to take massive action, then every single Thursday I'll be sending you through a 5-minute episode to download, digest, and implement to finish your week off strong. Are you ready to get started? Let's go. Hey, welcome back to 5 Minutes of Momentum. Today I want to talk to you about what's really going on if you're getting so many objections. And this one's going to be 5 minutes of tough love, but 5 minutes of let's look at the underlying reason for it, because the objections aren't about your price. They're not about your offer. They're not about all the inclusions. It's not about the pretty images you're putting out. Majority of the time, here's what's actually going on. You're most likely getting more objections because of the energy that you're portraying as you sell. Now, I say this with absolute love because if you're selling from desperation or scarcity, people can feel it. And I also know that we're always evolving and growing and learning, and we need to feel so congruent and embodied in the belief about our offer and about our price point. Because if you don't believe in what it is that you sell, if you don't believe that it's worth what you're charging, then we can feel it. We can feel it. There's an incongruence, right? So we want to look at where you're not believing in what it is that you're delivering, because people feel when you sell, whether you're jumping on stories, whether you're putting it into your captions, whether you're talking about it on a sales call. If people don't feel a level of certainty with you and they feel uncertain because there's a level of incongruence, they will run for the hills. They will say there's objections. I can't afford it. I'll have to think about it. I'll talk to my partner. This is just not the right time. Because there's something in your energy that's I'm just not 100% sold on that person, right? So one of the things I want you to work on here is how you can communicate with more certainty. Certainty in your body language, certainty in your mannerisms, certainty in the language that you choose, certainty in your conviction. Now, this is one of the things that I've learned so long ago, so freaking long ago, right in the beginnings of my career. If you don't know anything about me, then my first career, I was a hairdresser. So I was a hairdresser very early on, and I was given a lot of responsibility right from the get-go. And so we had that expectation that we were working with clients right from the get-go. It wasn't like we studied and then we went in and we were qualified and then we go in and work with them. No, you work with people while you're qualifying. You are studying and you are learning the skill sets on people while you're in the salon. And so I had to portray a level of confidence and certainty with people so they didn't feel like I didn't know what I was doing. I hated that feeling that I could tell on their face and the way that they were asking questions, the way they were talking to me you don't know what you're talking about, you don't know what you're doing. And so I learned to have strong body language, to have confident body language, to speak about things like I know what I'm talking about in order for them to have confidence within me. So I want you to think about how you show that within the way that you communicate. Because if you're coming across with uncertainty, and even if you want to record yourself, right? So whether you record yourself on a sales call, put up a camera in the corner of the room and just record yourself on a sales call, record yourself when you're going on stories, you see yourself on stories, look at the body language. Is your body language portraying confidence? And you know the difference. And don't get caught up in the whole of I'm not a confidence coach, or I'm not someone who understands everyone's body language. No, but you feel it. So when you look at other people that are communicating with confidence, what are they doing? How are they holding their shoulders? Where's their head? How are they communicating? How do they use their body language? How do they use their hands? Really think about how are they communicating with confidence, because that's what I want you to practice. Because the energy that you bring to the conversation will be the difference between someone believing what it is that you're saying versus not. So your conviction, your confidence is everything. And then the thing that underpins that is your belief in your worthiness, and whether you're either seeking validation, you're looking for approval, versus you know what you have to deliver is worth what you're delivering. And I know that sometimes in the earlier stages of business, so if you're listening to this and you're in earlier stages of business, it feels I don't really have that confidence yet because maybe I haven't served as many clients as I would have liked to have served to develop that level of confidence within myself. You have to back yourself with what confidence you have right now in order to serve the clients you want to serve right now. Honestly, I remember one of my first high ticket sales was with a beautiful girl, and she reached out. She'd been referred to me through someone. And she reached out, and I remember having the conversation with her and talking about how I was going to help her and talking about what she needed and uncovering what she needed. And I communicated the price point with such confidence that she was like, I'm in. Straight up, I'm in. And it was
even though I was scared shitless, even though I was unsure whether I was pricing myself at the right price point, it felt really expensive. And I was like, oh gosh, is anyone going to pay this? Like I still had all those fears and doubts. But the way I communicated it on that call was with absolute confidence. And then when she was in, I was like, oh my God, so excited, so freaking excited. And then I went and put my energy, my money where my mouth was, put my energy into that relationship as her coach and showed up. And that's why I always talk about when it comes to pricing, like your price point should be high enough that it causes you to show up and be the best version of yourself versus sitting in disrespect or sitting in resentment with your client because you're like, oh, they didn't really pay much for this, right? It's got to be at that price point where you're like, oh, I've got to go all in with this. So if it's not, then you're not really showing up as the best version of yourself, but you still have to have that level of confidence, conviction behind yourself in order to sell it. So our objections that we're getting is a mirror. It's a mirror. It's an opportunity to learn how we're showing up, how we're communicating effectively, and how can I serve my customers before they even buy from me because they want that confidence, that conviction to feel confirmed in their purchase decision. So I hope this resonates with you and I would love to hear your thoughts on it. So feel free to send me a DM on Instagram. Otherwise, have an incredible week.